Hey people, this is the Goblin King, and I'm here to fill your ear holes with all my rage, bile, and toxic masculinity on this week's Weekly Rant. It's coming whether you want it or not, so just lie back, my dear, and think of England. So I was doing my pop culture breakdown this week and going through the articles, as I do, when I came across this little gem. That's right, this is a snippet from the list of demands the wannabe image union has up on their website. In fact, I used it in last night's video as well. Now, I pointed out last night how utterly ridiculous these last three demands were, especially that last one they wanted to sneak in at the end there. However, tonight, the one I want to focus on is their demand for more diversity in the workplace. Now, on the surface, the idea of making any endeavor more diverse is a wonderful idea. You have more and different experiences coming to bear on a project, different points of view to come at a problem from a slightly different angle and possibly come up with a unique way of solving it. As a business marketing a product, you could better represent a broader swath of your potential consumer base. You have a group of people who can potentially complement each other's strengths and shore up any weaknesses. I mean, who in their right mind would possibly want to argue against something with so many potential benefits? The very simple answer is that nobody is. Nobody is arguing against having a diverse group of people in their business, friend group, or any other sufficiently large collection of 3 or more people. What people are actually arguing against is enforced fake diversity. What this does is it enforces a strict criteria of people based upon transitory characteristics such as skin color, sex organs, ethnic group, etc., and ignores such things as compatibility with the rest of the group, suitability for a job or task, unique skills or knowledge or experience. In other words, simple merit. When we're forced to include people in our groups based solely upon transitory characteristics, we're getting people that might not best suit what we need. For example, say that I'm forced by some sort of committee to include a person into my gaming circle just based solely upon this person's ethnic identity. Say we need an Indian guy in our group because this committee deems it so. So we go out and recruit the first Indian guy we come across. Knowing nothing else about this person, he could be either really awesome or a really shit person. He could have terrible habits or even just a personality which clashes with everyone else at the table. If he's awesome, we got lucky. However, if he's shit, then that leads to clashes at the table, hurt feelings, and eventually either he leaves the group, gets kicked out, or the group dissolves. Nobody wins in such a scenario. Now, the gaming group, like most small groups of people, is a microcosm of larger groups such as clubs, teams, businesses, governments, or countries. In a business, for instance, being forced to hire based on transitory characteristics, you may not be getting the best person for the job. Again, if the person is a good fit, awesome, you got lucky. If the person is a bad fit, those clashes of personality can have even worse consequences than in a smaller circle like a gaming group. In this instance, clashing personalities can lead to hurt feelings, firings, resignations, loss of income, and an entire business collapsing in the worst case. It can also lead to more dire things like lawsuits or worse. However, if we're recruiting based upon merit, such things as experience, skill, knowledge, you can wind up with a diverse group of people, but it happens more naturally. Within a gaming group, you find people that are interested in the hobby, whose personalities complements the rest of the group's dynamic. In this way, everyone at the table has a good time and the experience for all involved is richer. If the person just so happens to diversify the group in more shallow ways, great, but the most important factor is if the group is diverse enough of thought to complement each other. Much in the same way with a business. If you hire people based upon their suitability for the job, skills, knowledge, professionalism, etc., that enriches both the work environment and, by extension, the company itself. You have a person that knows what they're doing and works well with the rest of the group. Clashes of personality can still happen, of course, but they're fewer and farther between because you're actively looking for people that will fit well with the rest of your team, rather than hiring them because they check a certain box. Which brings me right around to the image union and gods, will that never not be funny, and their list of petty demands. I briefly touched upon this in my video last night. However, I'll try to get more into it here, and part of the reason it pisses me off. The demand for more diversity within the company. One of the prior demands was for the company to post job openings within the company first, before putting them out to the public. Then, they come to this demand, which is to make the company more diverse. The shallow, box-checking kind of diverse, mind you. So, if your company's not already diverse by your shallow-ass standards, how exactly is promoting from within the company the way you want going to make the upper echelon of management more diverse by your, again, shallow-ass standards? Basically, what those two demands, when put together, are saying is, the upper management at Image is too white. This company is too white. Promote us white people to upper management positions rather than posting jobs out in the public sphere and possibly hire someone non-white. You legit cannot have this both fucking ways, you utter fucking knobs. Choose whichever of these goals is more important to you. Or, better yet, stop trying to enforce your shallow racist box-checking diversity on everyone and let it happen naturally on its own. It will if you let it. My gaming group, for instance. Completely diverse gaming group in basically every single way. We have different people of different racial and ethnic groups. We have people of different philosophies, religions, and political beliefs. We even have a disabled person. We didn't go out and actively search for it either. We didn't recruit people into our group based on skin color or gender, or whether or not they could walk. We just asked people we met in different areas of our lives who seemed like they might be interested. And bam! We got a diverse group. Sure, there are clashes every once in a while because we're still people, but we generally get over it and move on because we're friends. Yeah, anyway, I think that's all I can really say on this particular subject. I think I've said a lot about it over the past 15 videos. Any thoughts you'd like to add? Take them down below. Constructive thoughts and criticisms are always welcome. If you want, hit the buttons too. I'll see you all on Wednesday with a movie review. Lates.
この恨み、地獄へ流します。